Hi, this is Teresa here again. I just wanted to mention that most of my friends and family call me Terry. I don't usually use Teresa except in a legal sense. So I may switch to be using Terry instead of Teresa. So don't be surprised if you hear me refer to myself as Terry instead of Teresa. And I have one thing to correct from my last video, which was on shooting your video with an iPhone. I said to put the setting on private when you were doing your editing, and I've since found out that that does have a tendency to allow some changes not to be made. So actually, when you set your video, once you upload, you want to set it to unlisted. That way it's not listed, it's not visible unless somebody stumbles upon it, but then you can do your editing that you have to do and it'll allow you to do it because the private seems to have restrictions. So this video is number 3 in my newbie tips by a newbie, which is me stumbling through setting up my channel, what to do, what not to do. So we've taken our video using our iPhone or other smartphone. Doesn't matter, I have an iPhone, so I'm more familiar with how an iPhone works. I really don't know if it's any different with a Android or other smartphone, but I have an iPhone. So when I go to upload, I told you that I choose not to answer the questions that come up because it's hard for me to type on the phone. Now I did do it the other day to get an idea how it works, and I just put minimal information in because you can actually edit everything that you put in there once you get the video uploaded. So it's a personal choice. If you're good with your iPhone, go ahead and do it. You know, fill that out. If it doesn't have all of the setup on there, you're still gonna have to go to YouTube Studio to finish setting up the video. So I just upload it. And like I said, the longer your video, the longer it's gonna take. And then once I see it on my listing in YouTube Studio, you click on the edit, you click on the video or edit. There's several ways of doing everything. Just like with any computer program, there are so many different ways you can do the same thing. So whatever works the easiest for you, trial and error, check it out. Check all the buttons out, see what they do. I may miss something or get something wrong, but I pull up that screen. I go into edit and pull up the screen, and I make sure the title is the way I want it. And then when I get to description, I actually use Google Docs. I have certain things that I want to be in each description. So it's a lot easier to put the description of the current video and then go to Google Docs, copy paste my description info and put it in there. It works the best for me, and that way I don't have to try to type it in, because sometimes websites, you know, I'll link to a website, well, typing all that in is very easy to make a mistake and then your link won't work. So copy paste is your friend. So after you hit that description, next you're going to do your privacy, and that's where you're going to put unlisted. Like I said, don't put private. I have since found out that that puts limitations on what editing you can actually do. And to let you know, I have still not figured out how to use my editing program. I have tried the one on my camera, InShot, which I purchased. I got the furthest on that, but I still can't do the, you know, I don't know how to add screens and how to cut things out. I want to cut things out. I haven't learned all that yet. So, and there is a built-in editor in YouTube Studio which if you click on the video on the left-hand side, you'll see editor. You can try playing with that. I spend a lot of my time searching videos for help. But yet when I play the video, it's supposed to be the same as my program, it never shows up the same. And I have a hard time following it because it's not set up the way the pictures in the video, the screenshots show you. That's another thing I want to learn how to do, is how to do screenshots. But I'm a long way off from that yet. I might as well just keep on working on that a little bit at a time till I finally figure out what I'm doing. So you can use a regular, I'm sorry, hairs in my eye. You can use a regular editing program on your PC as well. But again, like I said, I downloaded one, I paid for the paid version, I'm looking for help in it, and I just can't seem to find out how to do especially the cutting out of parts I don't want in there. I just don't understand. I mean, I used to be a computer, believe it or not, I used to be a computer IT specialist, knew anything about computers, could figure anything out, but that was many years ago, and age and memory, they're not being nice to me. So this has been a struggle, and I know I'm a lot older than most of the YouTubers, so my learning curve is probably a little harder because I am a lot older than the ones that most of the ones I've seen anyhow. I mean, I don't subscribe to everybody that's an Authortube, but I haven't seen anybody my age, so anyhow. So get back to that. So you want to choose unlisted, not private. Then the location, if you want to put something in there, you can. Then you want to load, no, I'm sorry. This is what I get for trying to read something and still do a video to make it look natural. It's not going to happen. Obviously, I have to take notes, and I can't remember it all. So, like I said, once you upload to YouTube Studio, you select your video on the left side and select the video you want to edit. You can hit the little pencil, you can hit the 3 dots, and you'll get to come up to the edit page where you can change your title, your description, everything that you put in on the phone as you were uploading, you can change there. You can select your audience. You want adult only if you're not going to make this for children, because otherwise you'll have no comments and other restrictions on your channel. So you want to make sure that your audience is for adults only. Hit more options at the bottom. You can add a paid promotion if you say have a I had that word in my head, now it's gone. If you sell things for other people and you get a commission for it, you can add that. I believe that information goes there. You can add tags. When you add a tag, you want to use a hashtag, the name, and then a comma to set it up for the next tag. And you should tag your video appropriately so that people can find it in search. You want to choose comments and decide how you want, whether you want them visible. Do you want to review each one? Are they public for anybody? Do you accept all comments? That's where you would put that information. You would show viewers, if you want to see the viewers' likes and dislikes, little thumbs up and thumbs down. You can choose whether to have that on there. You don't have to, as far as I know. You hit next. Here you can add video elements, which is the end screens and the cards. And, click on that. Follow the directions. I managed to add a can't remember if it was the card or the end screen that I added, but on it I was able to put a subscribe button, another video to watch, and on another, and the YouTuber I was referring to in the video, I was able to connect her to that. So that's where you would do that. Visibility, you have to change from the unlisted back to publish when you're ready to publish. You can schedule a date to show. Doesn't have to be shown right away. You can schedule a time to hit it in the future, and then you hit publish. So that's basically the next step after you finish filming your video, is filling out all that information on the screens. Doing any edits. Again, I've run into an issue with the edits. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I do know how to do thumbnails now, and you don't want to use the thumbnails they suggest, because they'll just pick 3 shots out of your screens of the video and put them up there, and you could be right in the middle talking and have the funniest expression on your face. So you want to, either before or after, take a bunch of shots, take several so that you have something to choose from in case one doesn't work out. And then you take that photo, and I will go over in another video. This is part 3. Maybe I'll make that part 4, creating your thumbnail. And first I used PicMonkey. I'm not as familiar with PicMonkey, and I did it, but the sizing was never right. I just couldn't get the sizing right. So I just found out how to use Canva. And you can use the free version of Canva. And I made my last thumbnail using Canva, and it lets you choose the size for YouTube. So it actually fits the screen, and you don't have black edges on the sides because it's not the right size video. So it was very easy. I'll go through that in part 4. I think I'll do the creating a thumbnail. And you definitely want to create a thumbnail. You don't want to, my first one, I think, is I use their choice, and it's just not very good. And maybe I'll go back and try to put a thumbnail on there once I get a little free time here, so it looks a little better. Because the thumbnails, like I say, you can create, you can add text to them, you can add color to them, backgrounds. You know, there's a lot you can do with it to make it a little bit more able to stand out from the crowd, catch somebody's attention. So that's it for part 3. If you haven't subscribed yet to my video and you like the videos I'm doing, please hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified of each new video. I try to make new videos at least once or twice a week, and I guess that's all. I'm sorry. I wish I could figure out how to edit that out, because that was just another moment when my mind went blank. So anyhow, thank you for watching. I invite you to watch my older videos, especially if you're a newbie and want to learn how a newbie sets up a channel. I mean, we've got some other things to go through too, how to set up your landing page for YouTube, you know, creating a header and all that stuff. There's still a lot of things to go through. Most of them you might be able to figure out on your own. I mean, you don't really need someone to tell you, but I like having someone giving me the direction so I don't have to play with it. So that's it for tonight, and I will be giving you part 4 here shortly. Have a great and blessed day. Bye now.